This is All India Radio.
One is fondly remembered of a special event that took place in Brussels, Belgium in the year 2016, when the Honourable Prime Minister of India and the Honourable Prime Minister of Belgium jointly launched a very special event connected with astronomy. That brings us a couple of very interesting questions to the curious listener's mind. How are India and Belgium working together in the field of astrophysics? To understand more about this not so simple subject, we have with us an eminent astronomer, astrophysicist, and it's a husband-wife team, as we understand. And they are in India in connection with, again, as I speak to you from Aries, Nainital, I also understand that there's a bigger telescope 60 kilometers away from here at Devasthal. Welcome to the program. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, Jean Surdej. Yes, I'm a retired professor of astrophysics from Liège University, Belgium.
As I said at the outset, a curious Indian listener would definitely like to know the cooperation that has been there between India and Belgium, especially in the field of astronomy and astrophysics.
Yeah. So first of all, I mean the two biggest telescopes in Asia, optical telescopes, and of course in India, are part of a collaboration between India and Belgium, because these two telescopes have been manufactured in Belgium. So Belgian astronomers have a share of 7% of the observing time on a 3.6 meter Devasthal optical telescope. And in addition, we brought a 4 meter international liquid mirror telescope, which data will be distributed, to the whole community of India, Belgium, and even elsewhere. Now, in addition, we have invited Indian scholars to, be trained on the liquid mirror telescope, and two of them made their PhD thesis in Belgium under my supervision. And now they are back in India. One has been hired by ISRO. The second one is a lead of the liquid mirror telescope at Devasthal. So he takes in charge the operation. Presently the commissioning of the telescope, which we hope will be ready by 1st of January 2023. Once the telescope is ready, we'll obtain data, scientific data, and this, as I said already, will be publicly made available to all astronomers, but also to students from schools, high school, even primary school, if it's possible to organize such events.
Professor Jean Surdej, we would like to know more about, as I mentioned earlier, when the two prime ministers came together and launched a very special event. What was that?
All this happened in Brussels in 2016, as you said. It was during a trip of Prime Minister Modi visiting the European Commission and also the Belgian authorities. And so, it was a big event because, first a big steerable telescope, 3.6 meter in diameter, was commissioned and made available to the Indian and Belgian astronomers. So it was, the beginning of a fruitful collaboration.
Professor Jean Surdej, we are at the moment at Aries, Nainital, which also has a very special telescope. It has historical value also because it completes 50 years with lots of achievements to its credit. One would like to know, vis-a-vis the Sampurnanand telescope at Aries, Nainital, how different are the two at Devasthal, 60 kilometers from here? A common man, a layman would like to know.
Yes. So the 1 meter telescope has been erected here in Nainital, where the site was an excellent site, I would say 50 years ago, but since that time, as you know, there is a lot of light pollution. Certainly, other types of pollution. And, it was a visionary director, Professor Ramsagar, who thought to erect, new technology telescopes on still better site. So he identified Devastal as a very promising site, and indeed, it has been proven to be excellent for image quality that you could achieve. So those two telescopes, I mentioned already 3.6 meter and 4 meter, are accompanied by a 1.3 meter optical telescope as well. And they are being used mostly by the PhD students of ARIS, which are very numerous. I think there are about 60 now presently, yeah. And this is just very good, for young generation.
My concluding question will be slightly on the technical side, useful for students of physics and astrophysics. As we understand, there is an optical telescope which works on the principle of either refraction of light plus reflection of light, or either refraction of light and reflection of light. How different is the working of the liquid mirror telescope?
The liquid mirror telescope is a reflecting telescope. So the reflection takes place on the surface of Mercury, which is set in a cylindrical shape recipient, which is spinning around the vertical axis. And just because of the gravity and centrifugal force, the liquid takes a parabolic shape, which is by excellence the reference surface to focus a parallel beam of light rays into a single focus. So it's the same principle as a reflecting telescope, except that it's liquid and it's non-steerable. So it's always observing at the zenith, where the observing conditions are the best, So transparency is the best there, image quality is the best, light pollution is less. So it's a very new approach of carrying observations, and we hope within a few months demonstrate the scientific potential of such observations.
One question that can't escape our attention is, if the liquid mirror technology is so advanced now, where does infrared technology stand in comparison to that?
I think it would be a dream, to have an infrared detector set at the prime focus of the liquid mirror telescope. It would be an excellent combination. Why there is none yet, is because, the infrared detectors, I would say, 10 years ago were not yet capable of observing in the so-called mode of time delay integration, which is just to follow the star as it travels the field of view. But nowadays, technology is much improved, and such detectors exist. So we very much hope that in the future, infrared detectors could be used as the prime focus of a liquid mirror telescope. Also, one of the reasons was that these detectors were extremely expensive 10 years ago, and now they become affordable. So let's hope that one day they will equip liquid mirror telescopes.
Thank you, Professor Jean Surdej, for your valuable time for the listeners of All India Radio. And here's saying cheers to the excellent relationship between India and Belgium.
Thank you very much too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.